I had been talking myself into Banchero. I really like Banchero as a player, individually as a player, and I think he's a good passer. I don't think he's a, I don't think he's a guy who has to have the ball in his hands all the time or anything like that. Jabari Smith is a really good shooter, and Şengün is a guy who is. I think Stone nailed it, man. Like surrounding Şengün with all these athletes now on the wing. Jalen Green is going to get better defensively the older he gets. He's already really good offensively. But with the guys they took last night, with Smith and then with Eason with the 17th pick, the pieces of the puzzle are now starting to come together, not just in terms of overall talent, but you can start to see how they play off of each other a little bit.
Yeah, yes. It's all coming together. And I guess I think what you could say about both the Rockets and the Texans as two teams that are rebuilding is that they didn't waste hardly anything in their first draft. They had enough success in the first draft that you feel like, oh, okay, they didn't waste time. You don't feel like there was churn on that side of things, that you can start building from there. You've got a platform from which to build. Now, obviously, the Rockets had high draft picks with their first draft last year, but it doesn't feel like a team with the Rockets that just put together slapdash with like the highest rated guys. I think that. And maybe that's partly by chance, or maybe it's by design. But, Morey was more of always the philosophy that, look, stick as much possible talent into a pot, stir it up, and see what happens.
Yep.
Ball dominant guards, two of them, no big deal. We'll figure it out. And I appreciate that. Like, I actually like parts of that philosophy. But it does feel in some ways like maybe Rafael Stone is a little bit more of a careful architect that maybe wants to think more about how guys complement each other. Maybe that's just the way it's worked out with these two drafts. But it's easier to, and frankly, we were never really in this position with Morey.